Good evening. Welcome to Rose and Carter. Do the job. It's tag team day, and Bully Boy Carter's pick of Brian Pillman and Steve Austin, the Hollywood Blondes from WCW. We were just saying, look, it was a cracking time for WCW.
Yeah, it was.
It was on ITV over here as well, which was like, you know, as a kid, I was like, I don't know, 13 or something.
Yeah.
Getting it on a Saturday afternoon was really cool. Because I didn't have Sky till '94, so wrestling was pretty limited to watch on TV.
Yeah. Well, I grew up like a WWF fan, so it wasn't until like the late '90s and like 2000s that I'd go back and watch like a lot of this stuff from this era, like WCW, because even though I could get it like on TV, it was never something because I had WWF because I could get that. Like, so I had superstars for WWF, so I never really bothered with WCW until like years later. You know what I mean? So, but going back to watch it, it's fucking brilliant stuff.
Watching these matches, I thought like they didn't quite have the money that the WWF did production wise, did they? But it was always so crisp, especially this period. Like, because this is kind of the Bill Watts era, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, the block 92, 93, just into 94, I guess. And, you know, the ring looked fucking immaculate. It just looked cleaner and crisper than the WWF did.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, I really fucking, you know, I really like the look of it. The Hollywood Blondes, Brian Pillman and Steve Austin. This to me was where Steve Austin started the Stone Coldy thing. You know, the character that he became.
Yeah.
Because until then he was like Stunning Steve. He was still Stunning Steve when he was in the Blondes, but he become more sort of cocky and brash, didn't he, in the Hollywood Blondes?
Yeah.
Rather than being like sort of sexy boy Rick Rude type.
Right, yeah.
I know he's always been that way, but I found other Hollywood Blondes teams. The originals were Buddy Roberts of Freebird fame and Jerry Brown in the 70s. Then in the mid 80s, Ted Oates and Rip Rogers for the Crockett's. Pretty Boy Larry Sharp and Jack Evans, not Flippy Jack Evans, I'm sure, were in the WWF. And Dusty Wolf and Ken Timms in 1984 in Florida. So the name had been used before. And then in 1999, Lenny and Lodi were called the West Hollywood Blondes.
All right, okay.
Birmingham on that World Wrestling All-Star show. They teamed for the first time on October the 17th, 92, to a draw with Shane Douglas and Brad Armstrong, which would have been pretty cool. Late 92, they temporarily stopped because they were trying to push Pillman on his own. And as he was, you know, kind of new to being a heel, because he'd always been babyface, hadn't he? They tagged him with Barry Windham, I guess, to kind of learn the ropes, which, you know, Wyndham's a good heel, isn't he? At first, Pillman and Austin were just Pillman and Austin. They didn't have the Hollywood Blondes name, and apparently Raven came up with a name.
All right, okay.
They feuded with Ricky Steamboat and Shane Douglas over the titles, known for the filming gesture thing. After Ricky and Shane Douglas, they feuded with the Four Horsemen, which was fucking. Some of the promos were epic when they on that Flair for the Gold talking segment thing. Towards the end of '93, Colonel Robert Parker managed them. They were number 30 in the top 100 tag team. Sorry, number 50 in the top 100 tag teams by the PWI. That's pretty low, to be fair.
Yeah, it's quite low, isn't it? Really?
But I suppose during the PWI era, you know, there's fucking 3 decades there. Some fucking epic teams, isn't there? They were NWA and WCW tag team champions, but that's at the same time, bear in mind, because they were kind of unified. And they were tag team of the year in '93, according to the Observer, Uncle Dave. So, you know, pretty epic run, to be fair. Short period, like 18 months, but they were together again in WWF, weren't they, for a short period, just before Brian's death. Like, I like a bit of fantasy booking, and I was thinking last night when I looked up this stuff, what if, they couldn't be the Hollywood Blondes, but what if the WWF had put Pillman and Austin together as a team when they were in WWF together?
Yeah.
Because Pillman was the loose cannon by that point, which is
Yeah.
very sort of Stone Coldy anyway, isn't it? Because he was a loose cannon. So between the two of them, they would be fucking epically nuts.
Yeah.
And they weren't really known. They had a lot of factions in the WWF at that point, with the fucking DXs and the Los Barriquas and the fucking Oddities and fuck knows what else. But not many teams, not many two-man teams. There might have been something a little different, but who knows? Well, what was your first, mate?
Well, I've no idea what the order of them because none of them had dates on. So
okay.
They're obviously all from the same period because obviously
some are very rough. My last one was just a guess because they had the championships in the last one, so I had to guess that. They won them on March the 27th, 93.
Right, well, I think 3 of them are from like Power Hour, like 93.
Yeah.
I don't...
October 92 is my first.
Right, okay. I don't think I got any from 92 then. They're all like 93 bar 1. But I don't know what that other one is from. But anyway, the first one I watched is from Power Hour against Tom Zenk and Johnny Gunn.
I did that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I love me some Johnny Gunn.
Yeah, I don't really know too much about
Salvatore Sincere.
Right, okay. Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Now I'm familiar. Yeah, I didn't recognize him when I watched it, to be fair. But yeah. But this was my first one. Do you want to do? Is your first one 92?
Yeah, I've got 2 before that.
Johnny
Gunn got his job in WCW by sending in a photograph. Easy as that. He had a suit on and a belt, and he got a job.
Yeah,
just because he looked the part. How times have changed. Yeah, shall I do my first one then?
Yeah.
October 92 versus Scott Steiner and Buff Bagwell. Well, Marcus Alexander Bagwell.
All right, okay.
Days. Bagwell was a replacement for Rick Steiner, who was injured in Japan, apparently.
All right, okay.
They're not the Blondes yet. Like, they're still in the same gear that they were when they were individuals. Jesse and Tony are commentating. They're putting over Bagwell really well here, saying that it's part of the WCW youth movement.
Right.
Sounds a little paedophilic, but I suppose they're just putting over the fact they got young baby faces, don't they? Scott and Pillman start, all very powery. Scott just fucking pushing him off. There's a fucking big beel out the corner from Steiner on Pillman, and Pillman goes like 14 foot in the air. It's like the biggest fucking hip toss I've ever seen in my life. Pillman, like, considering after this they put him with Barry Windham to learn the ropes, right? He was fucking nailing the heel shit. He had it mastered, fucking cocky, laughing, fucking just heel. Really good. Big press slam by Steiner. Out goes Pillman. Steve Austin's tagged in, and he's offering Bagwell in. Bagwell comes in on the arm. Steve Austin goes for a ropes. Back suplex cuts Bagwell off. Lots of little bits going on. Then the bulk of the majority of the heat then is on Bagwell, which makes sense. New boy, doesn't it? Steiner's tagged in towards the finish. All fire. He's fucking throwing the blondes all over the shop. Then out of nowhere, Arn Anderson comes to the ring. Bear in mind, Bagwell's knackered at this point. He's been fucking, he's had the heat put on him. So he's kind of out the ring, sallying. Arn Anderson comes in and just fucking batters him and throws him into the stairs. I don't remember a Bagwell-Arn Anderson feud, but I'm not sure what the score is. So then the blondes cut off Steiner and start battering him, and he's keep reaching for the tag in the Bagwell corner, but there's no Bagwell, you see. He reaches for the tag several times. they double team him. It's like a fucking proper 2-on-1 arrangement now. Scott looks for the tag. He gets cut off again. Like a couple of times he's cut off the tag. Steiner with that, is it tilt the world slam thing that whatever it's called?
Oh, yeah.
Pretty fucking impressive. But he's like strong as an ox, isn't he? And then he doesn't sell or fuck all at that point. Bear in mind he's been battered for ages. But he just gets up. By this point, Bagwell's on the apron and just kicks Bagwell in the head. And then fucks off. And then it's like a stun gun from the Hollywood Blondes, and they're over on Bagwell. So there was no tag even technically to get Bagwell in.
Right.
But the boot to the head was classed as the tag. But I'm not quite sure what the score is after this, because did Arn Anderson and Bagwell have something going on? I don't remember it. Did Steiner turn heel? I don't remember it. But they were plugging Steiner against Steamboat for the TV title the following week. So unless they turned him fucking heel for a week just to get the Steamboat match out of him, don't see it necessary. But it was good though. It was entertaining. I like Bagwell. You know, I fucking young babyface Bagwell was pretty cool. I think he gets a bad rap sometimes. Buff.
Yeah, I don't know why he gets the bad rap. I think, like, personally, he was a bit hard to deal with from what I hear. Like,
yeah, like it's a backstage thing more than an in-ring thing, isn't it? But I know WWE didn't like him, did they? When they had him for the, the invasion angle thing, they had him like fucking barely any time at all. But I'm not quite sure what the situation was why they fucked him off.
No, I don't know.
And Steiner at that point, fucking, he's a beast of a man, isn't he? Like, some people might not even know of the Steiner in that tag team fucking singlet look, because everybody remembers the big bad booty daddy fucking,
yeah.
Man. But he was fucking. I'd rather watch Scott than Rick Steiner, given a choice, like.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's difficult because, like, I've watched both of their like single stuff, and I'd take any of them myself, like, to watch. Like, I really fucking, I don't know. It's a difficult one to choose who I prefer, but I think Scott's the bigger name, like, over the years. Like, he's the fucking, because of his solo stuff towards the end. But
yeah, he did after the team. They were going to put the belt on him, weren't they? Went in that tag run, during that period.
Oh, were they?
Flair was all for it, but someone fucking kiboshed it. Jim Herd or someone. Somebody kiboshed.
Didn't fucking have some heat with Flair or something?
I thought Flair was for it. Maybe he wasn't for it. Maybe that's where the heat came from.
I think so, because I think from what, I mean, my fucking memory's a bit shit, but from what I hear, like, they had a match, didn't they, or something? And
they did a Clash of the Champions, I think.
Didn't they have a match? They had a match somewhere. I don't know what it was, but apparently it wasn't very good or something. And I think Steiner, from what I heard, in fact, I'm sure I've seen a shoot where Steiner was like, Flair fucking deliberately, like, didn't want it to be that good or something like that. Like, he didn't, he just fucking didn't. It could have been better.
Something's twigging now you've said that. Something about Flair kept cutting him off every time Steiner started getting any sort of heat or reaction, or started getting any flow. Flair would cut him off.
That might be it. I'm sure. I'm sure I've seen a shoot where Steiner was like, yeah, Flair kind of fucked up the match or something when unnecessarily, and that's kind of put a fucking spanner in the works kind of thing for Steiner's.
Yeah.
That's what I heard or whatever, but
yeah, I'm not sure he would have fit that world champion mold because he was a tag wrestler, really.
Yeah.
It would have been maybe, unless fucking Rick was going to knock it on the head. But what would they have done with him? I think it's a bit unfair. But that is that. I've got another one before yours. If you want me to do that as well.
Yeah, you might as well, because that'll be both 92s then, won't it?
Okay. I mean, 30th of January '93, but only just 30th of January. And that Bagwell was in this as well, but Brad Armstrong. I wanted to do it because I love me some Brad Armstrong.
Yeah.
The Brad and Baggers.
Hang on. In fact, I might have done that one. Give me a second. I fucking. Is it Power Hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, 93. Yeah, I've done that versus Bagwell and Armstrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that one as well then. So I wasn't sure the fucking.
That'll be before your. That's one before your Zenk and Gunn.
Right. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
you do Brad and Baggers.
Right. Okay.
There wasn't a lot to it. Fair.
You are.
There wasn't a lot to this, was there?
No, it was quite a short match. This one, like 5 minutes or something, wasn't it?
The house must have been down here because it was right fucking dark at the back. I noticed that.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I didn't know if it was like the fucking quality of the footage or the fucking or it was like they fucking hadn't paid the electric bill or something.
5 and 6 rows, and then it was just pitch black.
Yeah, WCW fucking cutting back on electric or something. Right. Hang on then, where the fuck are we go? So yeah, so I've hardly wrote anything actually for this one, you know.
No, yeah. I haven't.
Eh?
I haven't.
I literally just watched this about fucking just before we, you know, started recording. So the fucking jump start at the start, innit? With a fucking then they turn it around on him, double drop kick, I think it was, weren't it? And they powder out the ring. Sure, that's
everyone.
Yeah. And Pillman and Armstrong start, didn't they? Armstrong does a bit of shining, fucking drop kick, then fucking Pillman staggers over towards Bagwell, who fucking pops him on the chin, doesn't he, for good measure. Then an arm drag, then an arm bar by Armstrong. Gets Bagwell back in, then Austin's in. I like the little Bagwell and Austin like sequence that they do there from the headlock where Bagwell
got there.
Eh?
Austin staying on the Bagwell out powdering Austin staying on the leg. Lots of pin attempts. Crossbody catches, pull off with an elbow. Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to read what I've fucking written. It doesn't make any sense to me.
So fucking they do the old fucking. I think Bagwell takes him in the head, shoots him off. Bagwell comes back and tackles him. Fucking goes for a quick pin, doesn't he? 1, 2, whatever, kick out. Does the same again. Fucking shoots him off. Tackles Austin. Bam. Another quick pin. Boom. Then he went for a third, and then fucking. Oh yeah, he went for a third tackle, but fucking Austin goes for the scoop slam, but he ends up behind him and goes into a waistlock roll up on Austin.
I think I've just bypassed that and put lots of pin attempts.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a fucking.
Which is the idea of the game, isn't it, right? A lot of people fucking. You watch some matches, there's only one fucking pin attempt, and that's the one you win on.
Yeah.
Like, the idea of the game is to get people on the mat and then you on top of them. And that's the end of the. That's the only rule that you need to know, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it seems to be something that's not done on and often.
No. Yeah, so they do the 2 quick pin attempts, and he does the fuck your waistlock roll up for the 2 count. Boom. They go into the cutoff. I've not wrote what the cutoff is. I think I might have missed that fucker. But they get the cutoff, and then they give them the heat.
Is that when Bagwell cross-bodied him, and then Pillman came off the top of the elbow?
That's the fucker. Yeah. I did see it. Yeah, I just didn't write it down. Yeah. So there's the cutoff. And then to go into the double down, fucking Pillman comes off the top, then he Bagwell's on the floor and sticks up his boot. Got him right in the schnoz. It's fucking hot tag there. Armstrong comes in, fucking cleaning clocks. Boom, boom, boom. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the fucking stun gun. Bam. But I enjoyed it, though. It's quite a short match, but...
Anything with Brad Armstrong in, it's fucking good by me. Gosh. So next we're on Tom Zenk and Johnny Gunn.
All right, yeah.
Do you know what I noticed on that last one? That Bagwell one, that Bagwell and Armstrong one, was they're still not the Blondes, but they got the Blondes music now. Like the first one I watched, they had Pillman's music. Whereas it was, you know, that one by the Armstrong match. So they're slowly developing as a team, aren't they?
Yeah. It's a shame they weren't around for much longer. I know there's like probably issues here and there, but like watching fucking Austin's I don't know if you've seen it, his 4-disc fucking DVD that WWE released. They've got like the documentary part in it, and he's going through his whole.
No, I've only seen bits that have been sort of clipped.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, on it, he says that like before he got with them, he was gonna have a run with maybe Bobby Eaton, like Austin. Right. I'm sure, and he was gonna have Harley Race and everything, and his manager and shit like that. He was like all fucking for it, and then he goes to a fucking TV taping or something, bumps into Brian Pillman, and he's like, I hear we're tagging now. And fucking Austin's like, you what? Like, you know, this was the start before he'd even, because Austin was promised this massive push, TV title and everything. He was promised all this shit, and then Brian was like, fucking yeah, we're tagging now. So Austin was a bit down at first about it, but then fast forward to like before they fucking end up breaking up, Austin was like, says fucking hell, he was like pretty, they were just getting momentum, they were getting some fucking steam behind them, and then all of a sudden they had the fucking carpet pulled from under them, like for no fucking reason. He was pretty pissed off.
I mean, Pillman was great fucking, you know, 2 or 3 years before this, you know, we'd seen him a lot, hadn't we? Yeah. Austin was relatively new to wrestling and new to WCW, but when Bischoff fired him and said he was fucking unmarketable, it's clearly bullshit. Because even without looking forward to what he became, there was fucking money written all over him watching this.
Yeah, like I say, I mean, I was always a WWF fan, but going back and watching it, I'm just like looking at it thinking, how can you not fucking see? Like, it's fucking there in front of you. You've got to be fucking daft to not even, you know, there's some people you just watch and think, yeah, he's got it. He's going to be good. Like,
he had all the skills and all the fucking, you know, he had the mouth and the actions and blah, blah, blah. But he's only as good as the company are allowing him to be.
Yeah. That's a problem with a few guys, I think. Like, it happens, you know, more often than not, like where there's people that do it, you know, that they kind of promoted wrong or like, you know, used wrong. And it's like, he's got all the potential in the world, but they're giving him this, like, you know what I mean? It's like, but why?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's, no, he fucking, but turns out firing him was the best thing that could ever fucking happen to him, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Like, obviously, at the time, he was fucking
yeah. Like I was saying about fantasy booking. Just imagine if they didn't fire him, and he stayed there for all that fucking time until 2001 or whatever, when WCW went tits up. He could be at home now, fucking working in Walmart, couldn't he?
It's crazy how things work out, isn't it? Because, you know, when I read on the same documentary, actually, when he's talking about when he went to WWF and they gave him all these fucking names that he came up with. Did you see that? And it's like, what the fuck?
No, I mean, the name they gave him was wank, but, you know, sure, do what you got to do, and it'll all come. I mean, like, it's the same with Triple H, isn't it? You know, that Hunter Hearst Helmsley thing, and
yeah.
But it all comes good in the end, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, some of the names they come up with for Austin, he was like, "Fucking hell!" Like that was.
Was he Chili McFreeze?
You what?
Was he Chili McFreeze?
Something like that. And it was like,
I remember somebody. I can't remember who it was though, but some big name was a potential was going to be Chili McFreeze.
There was a few names all to do with like cold, like fucking Frosty Muck something or the other, and fucking something about ice. as well. I can't remember the exact ones, but he was like, so when they gave him the ringmaster, he was like, fucking hell, it's better than fucking, it's not great, but it's better than what they fucking give me. Like, it's like, I'll make do with this fucker for now. Like, but yeah. So, right. So yeah,
Zenk and Gunn.
Zenk and Gunn. I didn't really know who Johnny Gunn was until you just told me earlier. Like, I didn't recognize him, but there we go.
They look like a fucking bouting team, don't they? They're like a new age strike force.
Yeah, that's
because they look alike and same build, and Can-Am / Strike Force too, isn't it?
Well, yeah. So this is from '93. So Zenk and Brian can start the match. There's a bit of a technical wrestling going on. You get to a clean break, fucking tie up again, some bit of fucking tech again, some more. Then it ends up with a hip toss out of the tech from Zenk. They go into the tie up again for like a third time. Fucking they work to the corner. Pillman gives him the cheap shot to cut him off. Boom. Fucking whip Zenk to the corner. Who does the up and over? Fucking Zenk runs to the opposite corner. Goes for the up and over again. Pillman goes down like to avoid it. And Pillman's like fucking showing off. Like Zenk's still on there, but he's not realizing it. He's like, I fucking got him that time, didn't I? Turns around and boom, drop kick right on the fucking bonds. So that's him fucking
Zenk and Pillman were tag team champions, weren't they? US tag champs.
Yeah, they were, yeah.
And they had a bout on a pay-per-view against each other.
They did, didn't they? What
for light heavyweight title, I think.
Heavyweight title, yeah. What pay-per-view was that? I can't remember now.
Was it a Wrestle War?
It might have been. It wasn't.
I really can't remember, but it was a fucking bouter.
Yeah. It wasn't a Super Brawl, was it? It was a Wrestle War.
It might have been.
I haven't fucking got a clue, but I remember it though. Yeah. Fucking brilliant. Right.
Pillman's chops are fucking brutal, aren't they?
I was gonna fucking mention that actually. I never wrote it down, but yeah, I picked up on it earlier. Like, fuck me, they're meaty. They are.
Pillman's chops. Oosh.
Okay. So it does. Drop kick, boom. Fucking Austin comes in, and then Gunn comes in, so it's Austin and fucking Gunn now. Oh yeah, fucking. Actually, after the drop kick, there's no fucking tag. Actually, Austin and Gunn just come in, boom. Then they fucking get out. Oh, I think Gunn gets rid of Austin, then they're back out. So the legal men are still in. Fucking Pillman goes up to Zenk. Fucking catches Zenk's foot in Zaguri. Boom. Fucking Zenk shining here and there. Ends up with an armbar now. So Zenk has got the armbar on Pillman. Fucking Gunn's in now. Gunn ends up shining on both of them, just fucking outsmarting the pair of them. Ends up with an armbar on Austin. And the cut-off looks fucking vicious as fuck. You know, the old fucking shit that I do when I've run out of things to do.
Yeah, and he goes into the top though, doesn't he? Badoink.
When I do the fucking pull into the corner on the begging off on the fucking floor, like no, and then fucking pull him in. Fuck me. So they've done that spot, but it was like Austin had Austin in an armbar, and Austin just fucking does the same thing, but like instead of the begging off thing, he just pulls him into the corner. But it's fucking schnoz, like bam. I think it was either the bottom turnbuckle or the middle one. But fuck me, it looked like, I think even the commentators were like, oof, like it looked pretty pretty vicious, to be fair. That starts the heat on him anyway. So fucking
only a little heat, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't long at all. Where are we now? These fucking small pages, I tell you. Seems double down. Hang on. think I fucking missed a page. Right, here we go. Right, so yeah, so yeah, into the bottom corner. Boom. Fucking heat. Pillman throws him over the top, doesn't he? But fucking ref's not looking. So
yeah, refs with the Z-mans.
yeah. Gunn and Austin exchange blows. The fucking I quite like the fucking double.
The hot tag fucking lead up was spanking like a double punch.
Yeah, and they both fucking conk out on the floor. That was
Yeah.
fucking had to be right fucking timed precisely, didn't it? For it to look like that. Fucking
See, at first I thought it was like a head clash because like the angle was sort of, but the arms were going at the same time, and the commentators put the punches over. So at first I thought it was like a fucking clash of ears, clash of Algins.
yeah. I've lost my fucking second page. Yeah, I'm on to the next batch. Hang on, it's here somewhere.
Zenk and Pillman are in anyway, and Pillman gets backdropped.
I'm 3 pages. You are
backdropped and drop kicks. Pillman with a super kick on Steve Austin. Pow! Then someone's off the top rope. Can't make out who it is. Oh, Pillman's off the. So Zenk's pinning Austin. Pillman's off the top, but he's met with a kick, isn't he?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And then Gunn runs in and he's thrown out. Out you go. And the fucking finish was beautiful too.
Yeah, fucking brilliant finish. Actually, I'm back on my page now. I know where we are. Yeah, fucking the stun gun like drop kick thing.
Yeah, so it's like stun gun as per the other two matches, with the addition of Pillman with a drop kick.
Yeah,
fucking beautiful that was.
Yeah,
there was some like revolutionary wrestling in that. You know, with the double punch, fucking double down.
Yeah,
and you know the finish. You know, and stuff that we'd never really seen before.
I was going to say that actually. I didn't write it down, but I was going to say there's some stuff that I'm unfamiliar with, like in this match.
You know, very very simple stuff as well.
Yeah.
You know, nothing fucking groundbreaking or death defying, but make you think, go, fucking hell, that was different. Spanking. That was probably my favourite, to be fair, of all I watched, because my last one now was utter shit.
Right.
It's not Pillman and Austin's fault, because fuck me, they were trying, and you could tell they were trying.
What one are you on now? Is this your last one?
Yeah. How many you got?
Well, that was my second. My first.
Do another one then. Do another one.
Yeah, like I know what I've done. I wrote the fucking first page and I've missed 3 pages. And then the start of the next match is fucking. I need to rewind to go back. But yeah, we're good now. So match number 2. So this is technically my third one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's like match 2 on here. It's against the Cole twins.
That's the one I've done. Did it have music over the top of it? Commentary. Because this one, I think for copyright reasons, whoever put it on YouTube put music over the top of it.
Oh, there was commentary.
I thought it was fucking dire. Well, the Cole twins were dire.
Who the fuck are the Cole twins anyway?
Keith and Kane or something like that. But they're like bob on identical, aren't they?
Yeah, I don't even know if I've heard of them before, you know.
I've only heard of them from watching WCW at that period. Never seen them before or since. But fucking, I thought they were fucking dire.
They looked a bit.
They look the bollocks. Don't get me wrong.
You see, the thing is, like, I always say that like tag teams, they should be like tag teams. You know, they should look similar. They should be dressed the same and stuff like that. But sometimes you can dress 2 people exactly the same, and it don't make them a great team. It just makes them look like a great team. You know what I mean? So unless
they looked hard to move. Fucking leady. The finish was fucking an abortion.
What was the finish? Oh, with
It
the
might, it
fucking.
might not have been the same one because they must have done a few with them.
What was the finish on your one?
Right. Okay. Here we go. The finish was so Cole misses the cross. Sorry, Pillman misses the crossbody. I've put Cole 2 because I don't know the difference between which one's which.
That's what I put as well. That's what
Cole 2 and Austin are in now.
Right.
Cole 2's with all the fire, like he's no Ricky Steamboat. Cole with a sleeper on Austin.
Yeah.
Cole 1 comes in. Sorry, Cole 1 in on Pillman, and it's just a mess. There's fucking people all over the shop. There's some kind of attempt at a finish, what is a believable finish that I didn't even write down because I've just written mess. And it's the fucking waistlock roll up by Austin on Cole 2, with the addition of Pillman sort of pushing on Austin and a handful of tights. I think it was like the only way to get him to fucking stay down.
So it was did Austin like reverse the waistlock roll up thing? Is that what it was? Yeah,
and then Pillman was kind of fucking hugging Austin at the same time.
Yeah, I think it is the same match as what I got, to be honest.
In the match itself, I've not really written a great deal, other than the match never really got started because the fucking Cole twins pretty much straight off on Austin, they had his leg. And the Cole twins made Greg Valentine look like fucking Shawn Michaels. You know, it was like there was no shine or anything. It was like Austin, Cole takes the fucking leg, and then it's a step over to hold for 3 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes that looks really weird, doesn't it? When like you're going from like A to like fucking Z, like without like like it kind of nothing in between.
You know, so, I'd get it if there was fucking, especially when they're as athletic as the Cole twins look. You know, I get it if there's an arm drag and a drop kick and a fucking hip toss in there and then grab a leg. I'm not asking for you to dive off the fucking, roof into thumbtacks on fire, but just, it was like fucking lock up, I'll have your leg. You know.
Right. Yeah.
Andre would have done a quicker start than that.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote, I didn't write it was fucking wank, but I certainly felt like it was just a bit. It just like you said, like it didn't get going, and it was the longest match out of all 4 as well. It was about 12, 13 minutes.
The match never really started as well, but
yeah. But no, it was it wasn't nothing to. I won't be like searching it again to watch it anytime soon.
No, but, the Cole twins are never going to make my top fucking
79,000.
No. I mean, I could have it all wrong. We could look at the Cole twins at another point and find out they're actually amazing.
So had you seen them before?
Only when I watched Wrestling New at that point.
Right.
They had quite a few people in and out, like fucking Frank Anderson, some German dude was in for a bit, and fucking names that you'd never heard of or before or since. But I remember them because of the look, and I suppose as a kid I'm not going to know what's wank and what's not. To me they look like fucking wrestlers, there's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah.
Fucking mullets with the head shaved down the side. They're like young John Laurinaitis.
Yeah.
But all in all, shit. But you can tell Austin and Pillman are fucking trying hard. They're trying their very fucking damnedest to they do the thing with the drop toe hold as well. Fucking Austin tags and then drop toe holds the fucking Cole twin. So Pillman gets in like Anderson's did.
Yeah.
And they're doing the film gesture things, and they're a proper team now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, the bit where Pillman came off the middle rope with a drop kick on one of the Cole twins, and then the Cole twin drop kicked him, and it just looked like a double clash of bollocks. It was like what? Like a drop kick, meeting a drop kick. They were just going to meet shoes, weren't they?
I noticed that. I think one of them was meant to take the drop kick, weren't they? I think the fucking, I don't know, but it just looked odd, and I thought that someone was meant to. See, I thought that fucking the Cole twin was gonna drop kick Pillman, you know, as like a double down.
Yeah, but why would Pillman come off with a drop kick?
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know why he came off with a drop kick, but I don't know.
I'm sure they did the same sort of thing with Zenk. Like Pillman came off just fucking axe handle styly, met with a drop kick. But
yeah, I don't know.
That was a bit shabby.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a no from me on the Cole twins. You got one more. Let this save us after the Cole twins. We can't leave it on the Cole twins.
Have you done all your 4 now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is also from Power Hour. This one is against Steamboat and Douglas.
There we go. We're going to get better now.
Yeah, we are. Right. If I've got my pages in order, yeah, I've wrote quite a bit for this one. Right. So, fucking Austin and Steamboat start, actually. There's a pretty cool little spot here, to be fair. I've wrote it down real quick as I was trying not to pause it too often. I'll see if I can fucking read what I wrote. So, fucking Austin Steamboat start. Yeah, Austin takes control straight away. Boom, boom, boom. Fucking whips Steamboat off the ropes. Fucking Austin throws a line. Steamboat ducks. Austin fucking throws another line. Steamboat still running. He fucking ducks. Austin goes down for a fucking like backdrop but then Steamboat fucking grabs him by the waist and the head and, you know, throws him off the ropes. You know what I mean? Like spins him around and fucking throws him. So then Austin's doing the running. You know what I mean? So yeah, Austin ducks down. Steamboat fucking grabs him, throws him to the ropes, and then Steamboat throws a line of his own. Austin fucking ducks, ends up behind Steamboat. Steamboat turns around and fucking chop, pow, right in the fucking throw it. Fucking nailed him. Fucking, fucking nailed him. Illegal move in my book, but he fucking, you know, fucking sparked him out there. So, yeah, Austin, yeah, so Austin fucking ones, and then Steamboat's in control. Austin powders. Yeah, Austin powders out the fucking ring. Douglas goes behind him and just throws him back in, so he didn't fucking powder for long. Then there's some Pillman gets in, and there's some double teams on Pillman from the two faces and that. And then they do the old knee to Steamboat. When Steamboat's back in after the fucking quick tags, they do the old knee to the back for the cut off. Simple as that. Boom, starts the heat. And then during the heat, there's a knuckle lock spot. Austin and Steamboat. Fucking Austin cuts him off. Bam, with a fucking knee to the gut. Throws him to the ropes. Does the old tilt-a-whirl slam, but fucking Steamboat lands on his feet and pops Austin. Boom, right in the fucking chops. Don't last for long though, as Austin still just takes control again. Steamboat keeps fighting back, you know, as he does with his fucking chops. Boom, boom, boom.
But there's no better baby face, is there, really?
You are?
There's no better baby face as far as the comebacks and the fucking fire and the selling.
Nah, not really. Steamboat's up there. There's a select few in there that's fucking really that, like, you know, special. And yeah, Steamboat's possibly at the top of the bunch, I reckon. But yeah, so he keeps fighting back with his. He's so believable though, Steamboat, and he's like, he's one of them guys that he couldn't be a heel. Like, you know what I mean? As good as he was, he couldn't be a heel, because you can't go from being that loved and that fucking, you know, just adored to like being a heel. It just ain't gonna work. As good as you are, it just ain't gonna work.
And imagine what a waste of selling ability it would be to have him as a villain.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine it, to be honest. It's the same as like fucking. There's certain people you couldn't see as a face, like, you know, like it's just how it is. Like because he's just too easy to hate, like certain people, and it's the same kind of thing, you know. But
yeah, Rick Rude types.
Yeah, I was going to mention. I say Rick Rude.
Like Paul Orndorff, I always thought was a bit of a waste as a babyface.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, that's true. Where are we now? Right, yeah. So there was a little false tag there with a fucking old distraction behind the left's back. You don't see it. So fucking Steamboat's still taking the shit. Yeah, they go into the hot tag with Pillman does a big dive off the top. Fucking Steamboat gets his knees up. Fucking boom. Both down. Hot tag. Douglas comes in cleaning house. Fucking noggin knocker on the pair of them. Bam. The finish is really good, actually. The referee's getting Douglas. No, fucking Steamboat out. Yeah, he's getting Steamboat out the ring. And then the finish is a waistlock roll up by Douglas. So he's got the fucking roll up sitting on fucking Austin. But then as he's doing it, Pillman does like a fucking springboard from the apron. Springboard like fucking elbow to the back of the head or something. And fucking that's the finish. 1, 2, 3. It was a non-title match. Like Steamboat and Douglas were champs at this point, but the belts weren't on the line.
It went over the champions.
Yeah, but it was like non-title match. So yeah, it was a great finish though. Roll up.
When you've got 4 people as good as that, right? As well, I think the match would be a lot simpler, yet more exciting. Because it can't not be exciting with fucking Steamboat there, but he knows how to make the most out of fuck all.
Yeah,
you know, like even the fucking hour matches with Flair and Steamboat were very simple, but so exciting because they know how to time everything. Do you know what I mean? They'll do a fucking big eye spot with a fucking leapfrog and an arm drag, and then hold the arm on for fucking 3 minutes till the time is just right to go again. Do you know what I mean? It's all well placed, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of like matches from like that era. You know, because like Steamboat used to do very similar things with Rick Rude as well. If you watch their matches from WWF, like he'd work the arm for fucking like his shine would go on and on and on and on, and it was so exciting because he'd always go back to it, and like it's just fucking brilliant, and it's like so fucking the opposite of boring, where people might fucking shit on it, but like as a fan, I'm watching it thinking this is fucking special. This like it's so good, like you know, really.
Villain gets that little one on him off the ropes, boing boing boing, arm drag again, fucking back on the arm, and every time you watch it, you think, "Fucking hell, he fell for it again, the dickhead." You know what I mean? Like, what is he ever gonna learn, knobhead? You know, it's emotion, isn't it? It's fucking
yeah. I like you're saying as well, like it's really simple stuff. Like it is really simple stuff, but it looks so good. It doesn't look simple, like in the sense that it looks fucking because it's like boom, 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 and they're doing this, they're doing that. So it don't really look like easy, but we know, you know, it is kind of simple stuff. But it's so exciting at the same time, and it's really, really enjoyable to watch. I could watch that kind of shit all fucking night long, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, in fact, I might tonight because I'm off tomorrow. So
your typical Tommy Rich match, I think. You know, he was very much an arm drag kind of wrestler, and I admire that. I love that. You know, I like a headlock match. Like Steamboats are a lot of headlocks, headlock takeover, boom, 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 headlock takeover. Love that. Fucking love it. It's a story, isn't it?
I fucking love like doing arm. Like I love taking arm drags. I can't fucking give them though. Like so, I fucking hate giving them. It's a good job. It's like a facey move because like, I can't fucking. I could do them, like you know, easy enough. But I just don't like. I just don't feel comfortable. Like taking the fuckers, I'd take them all night long. But you know,
Steamboat learned his from watching Briscoe, I think.
Yeah.
Like because he did those right high ones.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I saw in his shoot that he learned from the Briscoe. Yeah, right. About him. Fucking some marvelous. We're doing Shane Douglas in his singles on Monday, haven't
he? Yeah.
And Detroit. I looked into Detroit, big time wrestling from Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
But if you put NWA Detroit, you get the same promotion but different listing. So there's even more choice.
Oh, that's cool.
So there's fucking loads there.
That's good because I'm unfamiliar with them, like very unfamiliar, like as far as the territory goes. So
yeah, they went from like I looked it up yesterday. They went from like the mid 40s to 1980, and
yeah,
on YouTube, stuff from the like late 60s to the finish. So yeah, plenty to go on. Next Friday, I'm kind of opening it up so you can have any Samoan tag teams.
Oh yeah.
So fucking, there's quite a big list there, isn't there? Wild Samoans and fucking SST and Edge Shrinkers and those two big fat dudes that were in the WWF for that Royal Rumble. Can't remember what they called them.
The Samoan SWAT team.
Yeah, the Headhunter type things. They're called the Headhunters, I think. Who else is there? The Usos, I suppose, from more recent times.
We've done the Islanders, but you know they're included, aren't they, in that fucking?
Are they Samoan? One of them is, isn't he, Tama? But I don't know whether Haku is.
I ain't got a fucking clue, to be honest.
From Tonga, isn't he? I'm not very good on my geography.
No, mine, but I thought they're all fucking like practically related, aren't they? A lot of them.
Well, just as long as there's two people out the family tree, you're right, aren't you?
That's what. They're distant relatives of a Samoan, surely. So they'll be
like. Does that mean the Barbarians in? What
and
about Rosie and Jamal?
Yeah, and the Rock.
Yeah, Schnucker.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because he's fucking. Surely, if they're related, then they're allowed.
They're allowed, yeah. All right.
So.
Yeah, but there has to be two relations. It can't be like fucking, you know, Rosie and fucking Jimmy Schnucker, Rosie and fucking Roddy Piper. It has to be Rosie and another family member. Two Samoans as a team at a time. Yeah, there's fucking loads to pick from. Gotta be. And the more you look into it, the more there's going to be in there. Doubting. Yeah, that's next week. Shane Douglas, Detroit, Samoans. I've enjoyed Shane Douglas. Has fucking loads to pick from.
Oh yeah, I've not looked yet.
Proper. I really like him talking. You know, he's clearly passionate about wrestling.
Yeah, definitely. I always fucking like enjoyed his stuff and his I was never a fan of ECW like fucking ever. It just wasn't my cup of tea, but he was one of the few guys that made me watch it, like, because he was like, his promos were fucking as good as anyone's at the time. They were fucking brilliant.
He gets a bad rap, like we're on about bad rap. You know, he gets a bad rap, I think, sometimes, Douglas, from his time as Dean Douglas and the fucking shit that he went through with the Click and all that. But that's again, isn't it? Like we were saying about Austin not being used right in WCW. It's the same with Shane Douglas in the WWF at that time. You know, it's fucking. But I think he's fabulous myself, and I'd listen to him talk. Look, I watched the shooting. That's what made me pick him. I watched an interview of his, and he's very well spoken, clearly well educated. You know, and everything that he says about wrestling, he's open. He admits he fucked up this, and he admits he fucked up that, but at the same time, he said, he puts himself across as knowing what he's talking about.
Yeah, he does, and
he's very successful.
Yeah, no, I don't mind him. I like him, you know.
Yeah, and he's really developed himself, you know, from the fucking start of being Troy Martin, the fucking jobber on WWF television, to the franchise, which was like the biggest fucking villain of the company, really, in ECW and beyond. Good on him. Yeah. That's Monday. We'll see you then.